Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another horror video. Today we're going to take a look at the brand new Hellraiser film, which has recently just started filming in Serbia. This is coming from Dread Central, and this is what we have. Hellraiser new cast members head to Belgrade as the filming begins. Brandon Flynn and Drew Starkey have been pinned as two new additions to the cast as production is underway. Sources with knowledge of the production tell us that Odessa Azion, to apologise for that, Brandon Flynn and Drew Starkey are now in Belgrade, Serbia, filming the forthcoming reboot of Hellraiser. This is the part where I'm a little bit like, ooh, what's going on? Dread Central reported in June that Odessa was cast as Riley, the lead in the film, who will be a gender-swapped reinvention of Doug Bradley's iconic antagonist, Pinhead. So is she playing Pinhead? Is she the new Cenobite? What's going on with that? I thought she was cast as the lead, a bit like how Kirsty and Julia were in the two original films. But if she is going to be Pinhead, are they going to show kind of like, oh, we're going to show the origin and this, that and the other? It's like, well, what's going on with that? Because if that is the case, I don't think that's going to go well. I really do hope that this is wrong and that Riley is the lead in the film. She's the main character, but then someone else is being done as Pinhead. Now, Flynn and Starkey have been pinned as two new additions to the cast. Flynn stars in Netflix teen drama 13 Reasons Why and also appears in the psychological thriller series Ratchet, which is great by the way, which was developed for Netflix by American Horror Story co-creator Ryan Murphy. Starkey stars as Hawkins in several episodes of Scream TV series. Excuse the bike. Previously, other reports confirmed in April that David Bruckner, director of The Night House and segments The Signal, VHS and Southbound, is helming the new take on Hellraiser. Hellraiser script comes from Ben Collins and Luke Piotrowski. I do hope I say that wrong, I do apologise. The Night House producer David Goyer wrote the story. Goyer serves as producer on behalf of his studio Phantom 4 alongside Keith Levine. And to be honest with you, I saw The Night House last week, thoroughly enjoyed it. It was such a good movie. And it's not what your normal horror type of movie is, because the way that The Night House goes, and to be honest with you, there's no hope or anything in that film. It makes you feel like, oh my god, once you've come out of seeing it. It does not put a damper on things, but it makes you think about certain aspects of life and what's going on and if there is anything after death. But we got David, he's the one who's directing it, which I'm really happy for, and the way the Night House is with scares and the way they've orchestrated it in, this could be good. But then it's got also read Hellraiser Helmet talks about the reboot. So, David Bruckner is making Hellraiser exclusively for Hulu. In an interview with SFX, the director said of the project, "It's a joy and a dream for a filmmaker like myself to dive into that world. All I'll say is that we are aiming to be as true as we can to the original material." Clive Barker's original story, The Hellbound Heart, is also a primary source of inspiration, as well as the original film. But then it is something of a small reimagining, and we are currently working on it. To that end, David Bruckner's allusions to the Hellbound Heart make a lot of sense, as an adaptation of that story, with Odessa as the lead, is consistent with Barker's source material. In the story, Pinhead is androgynous. Again, I probably said that wrong, I do apologise. But yeah, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes, because obviously with Pinhead, a lot of people think Pinhead is, like we got there, Doug Bradley, you know? Pinhead is Doug. And it's interesting and nice to see that they're thinking of changing it, and not changing it really, going back to the actual source material. There will be people out there saying, well no, Pinhead is meant to be Doug Bradley, which to be honest with you, it's kind of like they did, making a Saw film without Tobin Bell. You know, Tobin Bell is Jigsaw. It's like if you didn't have Billy the Puppet, it wouldn't be right. Don't get me wrong, I really did enjoy Spiral, but that's what it is. But moving on to another part, because we are now just over a month away from the Chucky TV series, which I cannot wait for this. This was released yesterday. Chucky new poster declares Series A coming of Rage story. check out the brand new poster for the incoming Chucky series. And that's what we got there. A classic coming-of-age story. I think this series is going to be absolutely brilliant. I really do think so. Because even the remake or reimagining Child's Play, that I enjoyed it. It wasn't Chucky, because they're not allowed to use the word Chucky. It was a good pal or whatever. But it was good. Oh, Buddy, sorry. That's right, yeah, they called him Buddy. It wasn't Chucky because, well, they're not allowed to use the word Chucky for some reason. But USA Network, coming of age story, and these kids are trapped in the middle of it all. Chucky is coming October 12th to USA Network and Sci-Fi. And, this is what Don Mancini, the original creator of Chucky and the writer of every single film, he teased the themes of the series, including queer visibility via Entertainment Weekly. The main character is a 14-year-old gay boy who's bullied and sort of lost after the recent death of his mother. He's a young artist making sculptures with doll parts. He finds Chucky at a yard sale and buys him, but it turns out that he gets much more than he bargained for. One of the things I wanted to do was bring the franchise back to its child play roots and have the protagonists be kids. I'm all for this. I really cannot wait for Chucky because the trailer, I couldn't stop watching it. I thought it was so good. And fingers crossed the entire series is this good. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe for more horror content. And I'll see you all in the fog.